Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. Beyond measure.
I'm gonna show you how great I am. Last night I cut the light off in my bedroom, hit the switch, was in the bed before the room was dark. I'm gonna show you how great I am. Only last week I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean I make medicine sick. I'm gonna show you how great I am.
Welcome everyone. Sorry, I didn't have my eggs in a fucking row again. It's pissing me off. Anyways, welcome everyone. Cheers. Some head on this beer. Just need to relax. It's gonna be a shit episode. I think I got everything done right at the last second. Cheers everyone. So, this is part 2. Hopefully it goes smoothly because I'm a dumbass. Don't worry about tomorrow. Don't worry about today. You've heard my spiels in the other videos. Let's roll right into it because I have a lot to cover. Not discounting the words of Jesus. Definitely just don't worry about it. So I need to just not worry about it. So here we go. This is a very long, it's like 17 something minutes, 17 minutes long. For those of you who have not seen part 1, which I aired this Monday, which was July 15th. So on July 15th, I had like over an hour long episode for this first part. So if you haven't seen it, it's on my YouTube, DLive, replays, Rumble, it's all there. Also on X if you feel like scrolling down quite a bit. But let's hop right in. I think I have it on beat here. Let's see. Sorry guys, again, my shit together. But yeah, it's here. Okay, cool. It is. So, this is the review for, like I said, July 15th, which was Monday, part 1 of this. This is part 2. So let's go ahead and let's roll. You just stood there and did jack shit. God's always in control, guys. Why do I say all that in this context? Because not just what happened on Saturday is God. Guys, I apologize. This is what I get for not having my shit together before I go on air. Okay, I'm going to restart this. I apologize for the hiccups. I'm going to learn my lesson today and have my fucking shit together before I get on the air. This is bad. So, anyway, I'm going to restart this, guys. I apologize. If you're at a presidential event as a police officer and someone is telling you that, hey, there's a dude with a rifle up there, go, get up there, and then you don't, Fuck you. You're a fucking coward. And you're just collecting a paycheck. So this is my first grievance with what happened on Saturday. Is the local police that were there fucking failed. And fuck you. Why didn't you do your fucking jobs? You know, you swore an oath. You raised your right hand, put your left hand on the Bible, and you swore an oath to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States against enemies, foreign and domestic. I did the same thing as a U.S. Marine. I was 18 years old, and I still live by that. But you didn't mean that pledge, because when shit hit the fan here, you just stood there and did jack shit. God's always in control, guys. Why do I say all that in this context? Because not just what happened on Saturday is God's providence and His doing. You hear people saying, I don't know if this was divine intervention or not. It's always divine intervention. Every second is a miracle. Every breath you take is a miracle. If God wants to no longer allow you to breathe, then guess what? Your life's over. It's shocking to us from our perspective, but from God's perspective, He's sitting there going, I got this. I got everything. Ye of little faith. How many times did Jesus say that to His disciples? Ye of little faith. And what He was saying was, you don't understand how much I love you, how much I care for you, how every intimate detail of your lives I am caring for and allowing to happen. Not that He controls us like puppets. The best analogy I can say for who we are and who God is was, I just thought of this yesterday, a bobsled, right? A bobsledder race where they have the bobsled, what do you even call that? Bobsleigh course, and then you have the bobsledders, and they get in the sled, right? And they push off. And the driver of that sled, he can turn left, he can turn right, he can crash the sled. But the course is already designed by the creator of that course, God, right? Is what I'm trying to say. And no matter what that driver does, they're going to slide down there. Even if it's on the side or the tops of their heads, they're going to slide to the very end and cross the finish line. We do have the free will to make our decisions, but God has already charted all of our paths. And He has charted Donald J. Trump's path to have a bullet ripped through his earlobe on Saturday. And don't doubt it for a second. So when I hear these people on the radio, I don't know if it was divine intervention or not. Everything's divine. The path's already been charted. So God was definitely involved. And always is. I didn't want to see the assassin's face after he took one of these. That is a badass weapon. He probably didn't have much of a head left after that. And fuck him, he deserved it. Having said that, okay, I gotta dial that back for a bit. Please pray for his family, his friends, his circles. He's probably burning in hell right now, just to be blunt. Someone who's a true believer in Jesus Christ would never try to assassinate a president. This assassin's burning in hell. That's pretty obvious. Sad. Don't want anyone to go to hell, but hell's a reality. It's a reality of people not embracing a loving God and accepting Jesus Christ as their King and Savior who died on the cross for them. But again, I digress. I'll do more live streams in the future on this. Please pray for his family and his loved ones and his circle of friends, all that. People that weren't even his friends but knew him personally. Pray for them, that they'll be comforted, that that Jesus Christ will find them through the Holy Spirit and their lives will be transformed for the better and not the worse. And of course, pray for the families of the firefighter that was lost, the patriot, the two people that are still in critical condition or serious condition at the hospital. Pray for Trump and his family and friends and his circles. All of that goes without being said. So it's like boom, boom. Now, what I am going to look at real quick, because I was saying, hey, look at the elevation of his rifle. Let's see if his elevation moves up or down here. Because this is a really good point, guys, and I want you to key in on this. If his rifle stays at this elevation the entire time, then shame on this fucker. Because he saw this the entire time, and he chose not to take that shot before he heard a shot ring out against President Trump. So let's see if the elevation of his rifle changes up or down.
On X of the Counter Sniper team has 15 million views, with people disagreeing on whether or not the would-be assassin took the first shot or if the Counter Sniper team fired first. The way
it doesn't appear like his rifle moved at all. Ooh. I see the recoil of his weapon. That's the only thing I see move here. And that is a shame. That's a real shame.
The way I look at it,
I was hoping I could vindicate these guys. I want to take a moment right here. If you were at the rally in Pennsylvania and you happen to see this, the likelihood of that is very minimal. But if you do, and you still have footage of it, please do not send it to the FBI or the Secret Service. Get with a lawyer and show them the footage, please. A good, independent lawyer. Doesn't have to be pro-Trump, but definitely don't get it with a Democrat lawyer. But anyone out there that sees this, that was at the rally, has footage of this, or just footage of the rally. You never know what you captured. Guys, what I see here is no elevation change in the barrel of that rifle. Which means this guy was scoping in. Really let this sink in. Okay, I just talked to you about the scope, how narrow of a view it is. It means he's watching this guy on the roof. Can definitely see his rifle, because rifles stick out ahead of you. Unless the rifleman grabbed it at the last second and just shot blindly, I highly doubt that, because of the accuracy of which that shot was fired that nicked the president in the ear. I hate to say this, but it appears these guys were sitting there watching it unfold and waiting for the first shot to be fired against Trump. If that is the case, if that is actually what happened here, then those two individuals you see on this roof are traitors to the United States of America. Not just traitors, they're high traitors. And we all know how that should end. At the end of a rope. They need to go to treason trials if that is what actually happened. And this video is very compelling evidence of that fact. Again, I was in the U.S. Marines for 5 years. I know and have been around high-powered weapons that only the government is allowed to be around. I saw zero elevation change in this guy's rifle, which means he was watching this unfold and waiting audibly to hear the shot against President Trump. What are your guys' thoughts? I would love to hear it. So see, this whole argument that he's having now breaks down because it's obvious by that video that Trump grabbed his ear first, and then you see the rifle of the sniper kick. Go back and watch it for yourself. Do it in slow motion. So this just totally is all bullshit at this point. I will agree with this. That's the other thing that people need to be talking about. The Advanced Secret Service team, which is supposed to be the bread and butter Secret Service. They're the best of the best. And they go literally, they map out the whole area well ahead of the event taking place. Days, if not weeks ahead. Conducting background checks of all the individuals in the area. Going through every single building in the area. And if any of those buildings or elevations, trees, any of that is a threat, the Secret Service flags it, makes sure that it is completely 100% under their control before they even allow the VIP to come into that area. So shame on them. They are ultimately responsible for this, the advanced team. But the point I'm trying to make now, and after watching this again, and there's no elevation change in that sniper's rifle, and he's looking through his scope that entire time, tells me he's just watching and waiting for the rifleman to shoot, and then he shoots back. Disgusting. It's a conspiracy, guys. It's a deep state conspiracy. To add further credence to that, the rifleman was a registered Republican, or at least we're told that. We're told that. This is the information we're allowed to know. Okay? But it wouldn't surprise me even if he was. Because if the deep state comes and gets a hold of you, just some random dude, and the guy, you look at the guy, he looks like a total loner loser, so he's prime for the deep state to stick their hooks into. Hey man, if you don't fucking do this, we're gonna kill your family, we're gonna kill all your friends, we're gonna fuck your life up even more than it's already fucked up. What do you think about that, Mr. Little Republican? The deep state is real. And they are extremely evil people. These are people that are unelected, think they know better than everyone else, because they've attained a power position in the U.S. federal government. And they sit there on their thrones. These are the unelected kings and queens of America. And they're acting just like it. You all are peasants in their eyes. You don't understand. You are trash. They're the monarchs. You're the peasants. That's how they view themselves. If you don't believe me, go to the O'Keefe channel, James O'Keefe, on any platform, Rumble, YouTube. Go watch his videos on X. And watch some of these CIA agents, or these FBI agents, and how they talk when they don't think they're on camera about you, the people. They view you as cattle, as scum. But they're the scum. They're the evil. They're the cancer to this country. They're so blinded by power and wealth, and mostly power, that they can't even see the end result, which is if this country collapses, they collapse with it. That's how deranged and demonic and sick these people are in the head. They can't see past just all the good stuff they have in their life at this present moment. Not only that, they take that and they say, it's all me. I did this. No, God allowed you to get to that point. But if we the people get fucked over, ultimately they will get fucked over too. And that's why I just can't comprehend the psychology of these people. They're absolutely deranged. It doesn't surprise me one bit if there was a deep state conspiracy last Saturday. Not one bit. He's continuing to try to argue and dismiss the advanced team, saying, oh, well, they couldn't check this building because it's outside of Well, obviously it wasn't outside. It was 150 fucking yards away from where the stage was. So that's a really stupid statement. Okay, and that was for President Obama. Who's definitely a Marxist commie crap. Okay, so it's a difference. I don't know if he goes on to say that, so I'm going to let him finish his thought here, but I want to put my thought in there just in case he doesn't. Obama was probably, no, he was the most well-protected president in the history of the United States. Because not only, A, was he black, and we have to say it, okay? I'm not being racist here. I'm saying that he was the first black president. And you have a bunch of right-wing nut job establishments like the KKK and all those fuckers who would want to go and off such a guy just because of the color of his skin. Fuck you, KKK. Fuck you, neo-Nazis. You're all a bunch of trash on the right wing. The right wing has trash. The left wing is all trash, in my humble opinion. But because they've been overtaken. Again, not normal people. Okay, discount. If you've been a Democrat all your life and were a JFK Democrat and had to go through that, I understand why you're still a Democrat, because you're galvanized into your party. Because JFK's Democratic Party was a great thing for this country in a lot of ways. What I'm saying here, this point, is just because he got checked out under the Obama administration doesn't mean it translates to Secret Service today, especially with all the DEI and woke bullshit that's infiltrating the FBI and the Secret Service. It's a completely different entity now than it was, 12 years ago? No, 8 years ago. Excuse me. If you're at a Okay, guys, so that was Monday, July 15th. Those were my thoughts. I can't believe I had 17 minutes worth of thoughts, but I can now because the episode went way over. I chart myself for the first 30 minutes, and went like an hour and 7 minutes because I had so much to talk about. So, anyways, looks like 2 people popped in on X. I'm getting 2 people consistently, so thank you for being here. Even if you're the Secret Service or the FBI looking for me, and if you are, go fuck yourselves. Care less. At this point, it's nice to have a small audience, anyways. If you're not part of the government and want to chat, I got the live chat going right now on DLive, YouTube, right here on X. I know it's hard to find on X. With the live streams, you have to click on the live stream, then click on the video again, and then you'll get a chat box over there. I really hope they fix that because it's not user friendly for sure. Excuse me. It's like an 8 out of 10 because 6 out of 10 because I'm covering my mouth. Why am I covering my mouth? I'm alone. I thought I had another one, but anyways. Shameless shirt and plugs for the website. Permanently tired. This shirt, every time I wear it out, guys, I get at least one comment. At least one. And usually half a dozen or more per day. So, if you want to be the talk of the town, get this permanently tired shirt. Get that JD's2cents.com. And I also have the Commie-Crat shirt. The Democrats who are communists, because the Democratic Party has been overrun by communists, whether your average Democrat wants to admit it or not. And again, my heart goes out to you JFK blue chip Democrats that had to live through JFK's assassination. It was a totally different party then. You guys need to, I'm not saying you got to become Republicans because there's a bunch of shitheads on the right side of the aisle too. But your party's fucked because they are completely Marxist, communist scumbags now. And if you agree with me, go ahead and get this shirt, JD's2cents.com. You'll see the link there. My glass, also JD's2cents.com. If you guys want one of these awesome glasses made in China, space age glass though. I accidentally dropped this from like 6 feet high onto my floor, my hard floor, yesterday. Not even a scratch, it just bounced around. Still trucking. It's a great glass. Like 15 bucks, I think. It's a hell of a deal. Go grab one. JD's2cents.com. Where are we on time? I'm almost out of time. So I'm not even going to start the second part of the video. Well, I will. So I can wrap it up. Because tomorrow will be Donald Trump's acceptance speech for the Republican nominee for President of the United States. Hell yes. Cheers, sir. You deserve it. More than anything. Words cannot describe how much you deserve this nomination and the acceptance thereof. It's going to be a great party tomorrow. I don't know the exact time. If it overlaps my time, guess what? It's his time. I was raised to shut the fuck up and sit my ass down and watch the TV when the President of the United States came on TV. Boy, have times changed since I was a kid. But we gotta get that back for our kids, for our future generations. So, I'm just gonna sit here and bloviate for a little bit because I don't really want to start the second part of the video if I start getting engagement here. So the X Space is live, it's open. You can go ahead and hop in on X if you want to chat with me. Got the live chat going up here, as you can see. I'm just going to type X space open 720-722-3687. I think that's the right number. Call in X in chat in. Come on, guys, we got to start talking more. We got to start talking to each other again. I'm probably sitting here with a 0, a goose egg. That's another thing I don't like about X. Is, and it may not be X's fault, it might be restreams. Who knows where the problem lies, but when I get viewers on X, I get the initial view count here on my chat, and then it doesn't go away. It doesn't go back down to 0. So I don't know if I'm talking to 2 people or 0 people. More than likely it's 0 people at this point. Which, it's all good. At least I'm getting 2 people showing up on the front end, even if it is the fucking FBI or the Secret Service, because I'm exposing you fucking pricks for what you really are. The deep state scumbags that you really fucking are. Come and get me, motherfuckers. I'm right here. See, that's the value. That's what I want to share here. That's the value of having a strong faith in the true Almighty God, which is God the Father, God the Son, Jesus Christ of Nazareth, and the Holy Spirit. 3 in 1, 3 persons in one Godhead. And when you get to a point in your faith where you believe that He, God, has your best interest in mind, no matter how bad this present life gets. They can kill my body, but they cannot destroy my body and soul in hell. Only God can do that. So I place my faith, hope, and trust in Him and Him alone. Amen to that. Okay, we're at 30, so I haven't got any engagement, so I'm going to roll with the rest of this that I prepared. Just got to get the video up, the proper video. Just a moment, guys. I'm the producer, the director, the actor. I do the whole thing, and everything is under God's providence. So, forgive me for the pause and error here. I gotta find this video. Where did it? Hey, label didn't say. There it is. No. Yeah. Is that it? Okay, I guess we're gonna find out. I don't think it is. No, if you're at a... That's not it. B. Where's... Oh, B. That's what it is.
A shooter fired multiple shots at former President Donald Trump.
Okay. So... What the hell is this? Forgive me, guys. This video's... Oh, it is the right video. I'm sorry.
A shooter fired multiple shots at former...
Forgive me. I just gotta find the right spot. Okay. Here, we're just gonna go from here.
This week. Information is still coming out, and we still have a lot to learn in the coming days and weeks, but normally those buildings, especially ones that are that close in proximity, would have had access restricted, which is why this eyewitness account is all the more concerning.
We noticed a guy crawling, bear crawling up the roof of the building beside us, 50 feet away from us. So we're standing there, we're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof.
And he had a gun, right?
He had a rifle.
A rifle.
We could clearly see him with a rifle. Absolutely.
There were thousands of people at this event, though, and this early testimony is still being verified. The House Oversight Committee has already...
Okay, remember that this video was put out, I think, Sunday. So the very next day. So a lot of stuff has come out since then. But I really like how this guy broke down a bunch of things, like more complex things. I like how he had the footage of the sniper up there that I could really dissect. And again, that was in my review today with the no elevation change on the rifle. Excuse me, this way. Whatever. No elevation change on the rifle. If you want to see the full context, go back to my video. It's on YouTube under the live tab for Monday. I will clean all that up. There's a lot of videos on there, but you'll be able to find it. Rumble as well. If you don't like YouTube, I don't like YouTube. CommyTube, what I call it. Go to Rumble. Show them your love. It's also on DLive under replays. So, and it's here on X too, if you feel like scrolling down forever. What I'm saying here, though, is I really like how this guy broke a bunch of stuff down. I don't agree with a lot of what he said, as you can tell. However, he did a fairly good job. And a lot of other stuff has come out. There's a really good video on it literally was like 2.5 minutes of video. A private video of people saying, there's a dude up here. And I need to get that next. I should have had that prepped today. I apologize. I'm being a lazy piece of shit. Need to be ready for my shows. I learned my lesson. Again, today. Like yesterday, I was going to air this. And shit bit me in the ass because I was being lazy. So, that's the truth. Sorry about that, guys. I pledge now, with the cheers, that I'll be more prepared for you. Anyways, let's go ahead and get through the rest of this video. But the fact that there's a dude sitting there on Sunday, or on Saturday, he was interviewed right after it happened by BBC. Hey, dude, this is what happened. And at that point, we do have to take it at face value. And with everything that's come out since then, 4 or 5 days later, yeah. What this guy's saying is corroborated evidence at this point. I'm telling you guys, the deep state is real. They fucking hate you. They view you as peasants and cattle. And Donald Trump embodies all of that. He is the representative for you. The prince that's riding in on the white horse, the knight that's confronting those evil people in the castle and saying, we're going to tear this place down. We're going to raze it to the ground. Well, what do you think the response is going to be? Oh, okay, go ahead. We'll lower the drawbridge. Come on in and burn our house to the ground. Of course they're not going to do that. They're going to put archers up on the fucking perimeter and they're going to try to take him out. It's really that simple, guys. Of course, it's more complex these days with technology and space and satellites and all that, but it's still that basic premise of if not you, me, you know, and I'm on this side, you're on that side. You're trying to take my power from me, so I'm gonna fuck you up. But what I really want to hold on to from Saturday, God is in control. And he is protecting our King Cyrus, Donald J. Trump. Otherwise, he'd be dead right now. That's how I see it. So with that, let's get back to the...
Reddy called on Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle to testify to Congress about what went wrong.
Is this a failure of security?
Really, at this point, we're not going to make that assessment. Things need to occur investigatively to make those determinations of what, if any, failures there were.
That's exactly what a deep state operative would say. No, let's not investigate right now. Let's not jump to conclusions. Stuff has to happen. Not what he's really saying is, give us time so we can rig this and sweep it under the rug, please. Okay? Good news, Cheadle is going before Congress this coming Monday, I believe. That's what I heard in the news today. What a joke. Like, nothing's gonna come of it. Like it always does. Washington is so polluted and corrupt, guys, that not even a fucking assassination attempt on a former president and one running strongly for the next presidency will shake these fuckers awake. And because most of them are in on it. They're bought and paid for by the deep state. Why? Because most of them are disgusting, decrepit individuals that have really disgusting skeletons in their closet that if they were exposed, they would never see another day in their political career, and they would probably, a lot of them, go straight to jail after being tried and convicted for heinous crimes. That's why Congress is beholden to the unelected fourth wing of government, deep state. That's how powerful the deep state is, guys. Your Congress, the people that are elected to represent you, are bought and paid for wholesale by this fourth branch of government that was ironically created out of Congress. Just let that sink in. Think about that. The good news is that we can still reel it back in and reform it and get it back. A good first step was the Chevron doctrine being repealed. That happened about a month ago. By the House. It hasn't, I don't think it's formally happened yet in law, and Biden would never sign off on it because he's bought and paid for too. Of course he is. He's a fucking pedophile. So obvious. Like grooming young girls right there with the cameras rolling. Disgusting creature he is. He deserves every bit of what he's getting now. Every bit of it, and more. Anyways, I'll shut up.
Department of Homeland Security, in their 2024 assessment, identified several rising threats inside America this year, including foreign and domestic terrorism and political extremism. The report states over the past year, both domestic violent extremists and homegrown violent extremists, inspired by foreign terrorist organizations, have engaged in violence in reaction to social political events, motivated by a mix of conspiracy theories, personalized grievances, and enduring racial, ethnic, religious, and anti-government ideologies often shared online. At first I was shocked.
Now, let's not go this deep. Yeah, are there a bunch of bad guys out there in foreign lands that want to see America burn? Of course. Of course. But when you compare that to what's happening domestically in the deep state, in the fourth branch of the unelected bureaucrat government, it doesn't even hold a candle. Iran doesn't hold a candle to those fuckers. Why? Because, first of all, they're right here in the country. They're U.S. citizens, even though they're absolute pieces of shit. Absolute high traitors that deserve to swing at the end of a fucking rope. But they hold massive power, like I just shared, over Congress, over the presidency. That's 2 of the 3 branches. Thank God that they don't hold that sway over the current Supreme Court. And that's why you hear the outcry from the left with every Supreme Court ruling, because they know they don't control the Supreme Court. The deep state doesn't control the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is the last leg we have standing, right? The last pillar out of the 3. The other 2 pillars, the executive and the legislative branches, have absolutely crumbled under the weight of the unelected 4th branch of government, which is the deep state, CIA, FBI, Secret Service, all the 3-letter bullshit organizations that have just become so huge and powerful that they literally are running the United States of America. You don't believe me? That's fine. Bury your head in your fucking ass and continue to see your fucking country crumble before your eyes. It's time for us to wake the fuck up, people. If Donald Trump wouldn't have turned his head 15 degrees right before that shot was fired, we could be sitting in the middle of a civil war right now. That's how serious this is. It's time to wake the fuck up. And if you think they're done, it will not surprise me one bit if there is another or multiple assassination attempts on Donald Trump between now and January. I hate to say that. I hope that doesn't happen, obviously. But it very well could. And if we don't do anything, we are complicit in the fact that it's more likely to happen. You understand what I'm saying? It is time to march on Washington peacefully to redress our grievances. And I'm not just saying for a day or a week or a month. I'm saying that we get sophisticated, we get organized, that we have at least 1 million bodies there every single day for however long it takes, and we rotate people out. I know that's a big lift, but we gotta scare the shit out of these fucking swamp creatures to the point where they start caving, and they start spilling the beans of what's really going on.
Shocked that this even happened in our country. It would be the first time a US president or presidential candidate was injured in an attempted assassination since President Ronald Reagan was shot in 1981. But maybe I shouldn't have been that surprised. According to this New York Times nationwide poll, 10% of those surveyed said that the use of force is justified to prevent Donald Trump from becoming president. A third of those gave that answer also said they owned guns. That's why the next major question will be, what was the shooter's motive? There are many different potential motivations, as we've already seen them play out around the world in recent assassination attempts. The United States Intelligence Agency recently helped foil a Russian plot to assassinate the...
I need to stop there. Sorry, I'm trying to get my X space and all those windows open. I'm on one screen here. I need to get another screen. Have all my shit together. But I'm on a very limited budget. So, anyways, what he just said about people calling, literally calling for a former president to be assassinated, that's against the law. It's encoded in federal law. You can look it up for yourself. I don't have it readily available just now. But it's there, and you can see it. It's in a bunch of my posts on X. If you scroll down, you'll find it, because I post it regularly. You cannot make credible threats against a former president of the United States and not be breaking federal law, which is up to 4 years in federal prison and I think $5,000 in fines, something like that. But it's a felony too. It's a felony. It's a serious crime.
CEO of German company Rheinmetall that's providing artillery and vehicles used against Russia. There was also an assassination attempt against the Slovak prime minister for political purposes. The FBI, who's heading up the investigation, released information that the shooter's a 20-year-old white male from Pennsylvania. I'm not going to say his name publicly on this.
FBI is heading up the investigation. So basically everything you hear at this point that comes out in the media, the bought and paid for left-wing media, don't only take it with a huge grain of salt, dismiss it completely. Everything you're hearing from mainstream media, because they're bought and paid for. If you don't realize that by now, you're a fucking dumbass. Sorry, not sorry.
Platform, because I don't want to give air or notoriety to an individual like that. But finding out the motive for law enforcement officials will be an important step to making sure there aren't additional threats. If it does turn out to be politically motivated, it could be a disgruntled Republican or Democrat, which would have an impact on where this goes from here. I definitely should not have been...
It's politically motivated. I'm really glad he brought up this clip. We're going to get to that in a second. The Broadway play that glorified the assassination of Donald Trump. Like, it was 4 years ago now, but still relevant, especially relevant today. Anyways, what he just said, like, if you don't think this is politically motivated, if you think this was a lone shooter doing this, you're a fucking retard. You're a fucking moron. You have your head so far up your fucking ass that you are suffocating and just holding on for dear life at this point. I mean, there's no other way to put it. If you don't think this was a conspiracy to eliminate Donald Trump, which would eliminate MAGA, you are beyond helping. You have fallen off the left edge of the cliff, the left wing edge of the cliff. You are so far fucking gone. If that, what happened on Saturday did not wake you up, you're fucked. And there's a lot of people on X I see today that are fucked because they are doubling down on their hateful Trump destroying rhetoric. Not even calling for, oh well, I wish he was shot, but just how quickly they returned to their regular rhetoric of, we could not have this guy be president. This guy got shot in the fucking ear with a bullet, and 30 seconds later jumped up and raised his fist and said, "Fight, fight, fight," to the crowd. And he was worried about his shoes, too. Put my shoes back on. Then we'll go. Like, if you can't get behind a man like this is what a real man looks like. And that's why the left hates him so much, because, especially because he's white. A real white, strong man who's the head of his household, who's a leader for his fucking country. They can't stand that. It's everything they hate. Why? Because whether they know it or not, they worship Satan. And what is the number one thing Satan wants to do is destroy everything good, and it starts with a nuclear family. And I'm going to do a whole episode, lots of episodes on that. That is why that bullet did not enter his brain on Saturday. Because Satan wanted that bullet too, and God said, "No, no, no, Satan. Not today, you motherfucker." God wouldn't say that, and I shouldn't use God and cursing in the same sentence. So, apologies for that, everyone. I'm a fallen individual like everyone else. I'm going to curse. The point is, we are in a battle of good versus evil, right versus wrong, morality versus immorality. And with that, I'm going to shut up because I'm running out of time.
Not shocked. After seeing things like this New York City theatrical group, Shakespeare in the Park, doing a rendition of President Trump getting stabbed to death in modern-day version of Julius Caesar while he was in office. It wouldn't even be the first politically motivated.
And that's how they write it off, guys. Oh, well, it was just a modern-day rendition of Julius Caesar. Have any of you seen the movie The Civil War that came out earlier this year? If you haven't, save your time. It's a total waste of time. Basically, it's an entire movie about hating white people, because they're all racist, and we're going to assassinate the white president, who's Donald Trump. It's the same bullshit that this Broadway play was. It's just disgusting, absolutely disgusting behavior.
Assassination attempt on Trump. In 2016, someone tried to pull a Secret Service agent's service pistol on Trump, but he was stopped and arrested. This is disturbing to me, and I kind of needed to get this off my chest. I needed to say something about this so that I feel like it's not just bottled up inside, and I think some other people hopefully can understand where I'm coming from. This is not a politically motivated video. I hope I provided some valuable information or insight. Be sure to follow Tim McMillan on Twitter. He's an expert. He's the guy to go to on this topic. A shooter fired multiple.
I don't know about that. So right now I'm going to follow Tom McMillan, and I will vet the guy. So just give me just a moment, guys, because if I don't do it now, I'm not going to do it because I'll forget. Tom Dick. Not seeing him. I'll just keep it there so that I remember. I don't know. I don't really trust a cop in his uniform that's holding a donut for his profile picture. That's just me. What the hell?
Multiple shots at former president, a U.S. president, or president assassinate the CEO like that. But finding out the motive for law enforcement officials will be the FBI.
Sorry, guys. I must have clicked back on the video. Here we go.
Group, Shakespeare in the Park, doing a rendition of President Trump getting stabbed to death in modern-day version of Julius Caesar while he was in office. It wouldn't even be the first politically motivated assassination attempt on Trump. In 2016, someone tried to pull a Secret Service agent's service pistol on Trump, but he was stopped and arrested. This is disturbing to me, and I kind of needed to get this off my chest. I needed to say something about this so that I feel like it's not just bottled up inside, and I think some other people hopefully can understand where I'm coming from. This is not a politically motivated video. I hope I provided some valuable information or insight. Be sure to follow Tim McMillan on Twitter. He's an expert. He's the guy to go to on this topic. A shooter fired multiple...
That's why it was the end of the video. Okay, a dumbass. So, Tim McMillan. You know what? Let's just follow him live, because I still have about 4 minutes here. So, Tim. Put that up on the feed. It's there. Of course it's not. Why would it be? Okay. So what, Lieutenant Tim McMillan? Damn it. I closed the video now. Bear with me, guys. Okay. You know what? Whatever. I don't have to do this live, but...
A shooter fired... Be sure to follow Tim McMillan on Twitter.
LT Tim McMillan. I need to vet this guy. I do, because... Why isn't he showing up? Am I misspelling this? LT Tim MC. There he is. Donut eating fucker. Follow. Gonna turn on notifications too. First thing is, this is the most insane story from the war in Ukraine that you've never heard until now. A group of Russian cops who tried to seize Kyiv by themselves. It's long, it's in depth, and it's also my new favorite article. Okay, whatever. Get back to that. How close was the world history? Oh, sort of like this. Wow. Need to look. Oh, wow, look at that. Look at that. If this is legit, damn. Okay, we're almost out of time, guys. He's really breaking some stuff down here. I like that. So, tomorrow, again, Trump is, if his speech is overlapping my episode, then it's him. If not, I'm going to have stuff prepared from McMillan's feed here. We're going to dive deeper into this rabbit hole. So, with that, guys, I'm out of time. Love you. God bless and cheers. Have a wonderful evening. See you tomorrow.